Has anyone ever seen a tea-making boy become an IAS officer? No? Then listen, because today's story will touch your heart. In a small town in Jharkhand, where everyone was burdened with life's struggles, there was one boy living with hunger, hardship, and dreams. His name was Shiva. Shiva was born in a family where there was poverty, but there was also one thing: hope. His father worked in a railway canteen, washing dishes all day, drenched in sweat, but always wore a smile while supporting his family. His life was hard, but he never gave up. His mother sewed clothes for people, sometimes using leftover fabric to stitch clothes for her children. This family never had enough food. The dal was watered down, and the rotis were counted. But in Shiva's eyes there was hunger, a hunger to be someone. He never wanted his parents to live in poverty and sorrow. For Shiva, education wasn't just a dream. It had become the purpose of his life. Paying the school fees was like celebrating a festival. Once, his father sold his bicycle just to get Shiva admitted to school. When it came to buying books, Shiva either rented them or borrowed them from friends. Shiva had to struggle a lot for his books. He would sometimes use old, torn notes or patch together old books to study. After school, Shiva worked hard at the station, making tea and earning money. Shiva's dream was to reach the level in education that his poverty and circumstances didn't allow him to. He knew that without education, nothing could be achieved. Every morning he would make tea, wash the dishes, and then pick up his books, as if the ladle in his hand was not for cooking, but a pen, a sword for knowledge. He believed more in himself than in the books, knowing that one day he would achieve everything his parents had never imagined. During the day, Shiva made tea at the station and washed dishes, and at night he lost himself in studying. His parents never had money, but they never let Shiva's dreams weaken. They knew that Shiva would never let his poverty become his weakness. Shiva never gave up on his studies while making tea at the station. He would often study under streetlights at night. When it rained, his books would get wet, but Shiva never gave up. He would think, if these books are getting wet today, tomorrow these same books will show me the path to success. The biggest step Shiva took in his education was sitting for his first big exam. This exam wasn't just for him. It was a test for his whole family. Shiva had few books, few notes, but he prepared with all his might. When the exam results came, Shiva found out that he had failed in the first attempt. Instead of giving up, he recognized his inner strength and said to himself, "If I've failed once, it doesn't mean I can't succeed." He started working harder, learning from his mistakes, and sat for the exam again the next year. Now, Shiva's struggle started to show its color. He worked hard, studied wisely, and finally succeeded in the exam. For any other boy, this could have been a dream, but for Shiva, it was the first step toward turning his dream into reality. Now, Shiva was sure that if he could fight through difficulties, no destination could be far from him. He began working even harder, and not only understood his studies better, but he also began to understand life more deeply. He no longer relied on others. Instead, he was creating his path to success with his own hard work and struggle. Shiva had now dedicated his entire life to his studies. He wanted to do something for his family too. Shiva knew that if his hard work stayed on the right track, one day he would surely do something big. Now Shiva often remembered his mother's words when she used to say, "Son, work hard, because hard work makes every difficulty easier." Slowly, Shiva began to turn every step of his life into an opportunity to move toward his dream. He decided that one day he would become an IAS officer, and that day he thought, "It's time to change everything I've seen until now." And then, the day came when Shiva passed the IAS exam. His hard work, struggle, and sacrifices had led him to his destination. That day was the biggest day of his life. Now Shiva proved that no matter how much poverty or hardship you face, if you have the passion within you, you can reach any height. He proved that no matter the circumstances, if a person's hard work and determination are strong, they can overcome any difficulty. Today, we hear Shiva's story and understand that no dream is small if you have the determination to fulfill it. Shiva struggled in his life but never complained to anyone. With his hard work and determination, he proved that if you pursue a goal with confidence and effort, you will always succeed. Shiva's dream and struggle have become an inspiration for everyone. Even today, when we hear his story, we realize that nothing is impossible if there is hope in your heart and hard work in your hands.